Hey everybody, David Stout here, David Stout Outdoors, another episode of On the Hook. Again, this month, we got Chris Myers now in Drummond. The only back-to-back winners we've ever had in the Five Alive Series. Last year we had a team that won 2 tournaments, but they were far apart. We've never had back-to-back winners before. Congratulations.
Thank you.
1754, is that right?
That's right.
Yep.
1754 won it. I was expecting some 20-pound bags, and they just weren't there.
Mhm.
I guess that cold front come through and pushed the fish back out. What how much practice did y'all have before the tournament, and did you practice right up to the tournament?
There was luckily there was a little open tournament on Friday, and just a small tournament, about 15 boats in it. We kind of used that as a tune-up for Sunday's tournament, and gave us a chance to spend some time on the water and kind of see what the fish were doing. And go ahead, Chris.
Nah, like you said, we used Friday as that. Unlike the last event, we wanted it to be a sight fishing event, and it wasn't. But this one sort of panned out to be, in sort of my game plan this time, where we sight fished, found a lot of fish cruising, and a lot of fish starting to move in on Friday.
Yeah, that's quite a storm we had. Was that Saturday, I think?
Right. Yep.
Rained all day and a bad storm that evening.
Mhm.
Sunday was a beautiful day,
Right.
but it pushed the fish back out a little bit. If that storm hadn't have come through,
Yeah,
You'd
I think
probably
it would have been a crazy
20
day.
pound
it would have changed everybody's plan, because I think a lot of guys Friday caught them on top
That's right.
or
Yeah.
out there on the herring points, and we didn't. So
Well, yeah, it messed the herring bite
Right.
up. And everybody was telling me that where they found them in practice, they didn't go back after the storm. And then when they went Sunday for the tournament, they spent too much time when the fish weren't there,
Mhm.
because they were there the whole week before.
That can
And,
happen.
and they
Fish
just
are
wasn't
moving.
there. And the ones that caught a lot of fish, had good bags, so they really wasn't on no fish before. So they were just out searching that morning anyway,
right.
and found them. So were the fish still there where y'all found them, like the tournament on Friday or earlier
well,
in the week?
Friday we do have a few places that we like to try on top first thing, just because until we can start seeing the fish. But we stopped on one place, and we thought we was on the right fish, but we found out they had racing stripes all over them. So that was on that Friday. But Sunday we still went to that spot again and tried it, and we ended up catching, I think, one of the ones we weighed, about 3.5 pound largemouth on top, and then a few spots off of it. But I think that's the only fish that we weighed in that tournament that would come off, a herring place.
Right. Yeah, they just weren't there on the herring bite anymore.
Not for us.
What do you think? What do you think it's going to do next week? I mean,
I think those guys gonna do a whole lot better, because,
I
like I
think
said,
so.
we went out yesterday just playing around for a few hours, and there's a lot of fry, a lot of fish. You see them moving out, fry garter, so the big females are gone.
Yeah. I went Sunday and trying some new baits for a company, and I've never seen so many short fish.
Yeah.
I mean, to catch a 10-inch fish was no problem at all. To catch a 1.5-pound fish was a problem.
You're right.
I've never seen that many small fish in one place, and I didn't go far. I didn't go probably 4 miles from where I put in. I didn't run looking for big fish. I was just trying these baits out,
Right.
and they work good on small fish. I don't know about big ones though. Yeah, this past tournament was April 25th. Should have been the perfect time of year. Should have been. I mean, everything was lined up until
Till
Friday.
Saturday, yeah.
Till Friday, and then clouds come in, that storm come in, all that rain, and it really messed us up.
Right.
But I think it's next Sunday. I'm thinking we're gonna get some big bags weighed in.
If not, you're gonna have a lot. It's gonna be real tight.
That's right.
A lot of
We're still
2 3/4 to 3.5 pound fish. There's gonna be a ton of those caught.
Yeah. Yeah, we still had over 700 pound weight in on the 25th.
Okay.
Altogether, 80 boats,
Mhm.
300 and some fish. I don't remember the numbers on it, but we had a lot of fish weighed in, just no big fish.
Right.
The big fish I think was 630,
I think that's
630.
Yep.
And it's funny because that started out at like a 520.
Mhm.
The next guy, it was like everybody that would weigh in would beat the big fish,
Mhm.
but nobody had anything to go with them.
Right.
And
I think my buddy DJ got beat out by that.
DJ got beat
Yeah,
out by,
yeah.
I think, 1 ounce.
Yeah,
By
yeah.
an ounce.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he wasn't the only one.
Right.
Several of them did, and it was almost just back to back to back. It was like everybody would weigh in. That big fish would be an ounce higher,
Mhm.
and all the way up to 580.
Right.
And then they brought that. I believe it was 634 or something like that was big fish. But I'm ready for them 7, 8 pound big fish.
Yeah.
You know.
That might be
And
about.
I think we would have had them.
Yeah, I
had
think
that
that was the
storm
last
come
event
through.
where you might would have seen one of that caliber. I don't know if we'll see one over the 7 pound in this next one.
You don't think
Just-
so?
No, I don't.
Yeah.
But it could happen.
Yeah.
We saw some quality fish
Yeah.
later in the afternoon after lunch, and we just couldn't get them to cooperate.
Right. I saw 2 Sunday, and they just wasn't interested at all.
Mhm.
And I spent about 30 minutes on one of them, then the other, and I just looked at it and moved on.
Right.
My arm was getting sore. I was just getting tired.
Yeah.
But we really appreciate y'all fishing with us, and I think where'd that bring y'all up to in the points?
I'm not sure. I ain't looked and see if it's.
I hadn't looked either.
You got it posted. I hadn't
We
looked.
posted it, and I'm thinking y'all might be second in points. I'm not sure.
Okay.
And the way our points work is we will take the top 10 in points to the 5 Alive Championship.
Mhm.
We will draw 5 boats that have fished every tournament that didn't make the top 10. So we'll have 15 boats. And in the fall series, we'll do the same thing.
Mhm.
We'll have a top 30 at the end of the year. And if we stay on track and it's looking good, we can pay $10,000 to win that championship
Okay.
at the end of the year. And
Did we set a date for that yet?
not yet, we have
Okay.
not. No. We will real soon. We're trying to get our Alabama schedule straightened out.
Mhm.
And because we're going to do our championships, we're actually going to go over there and do one on Saturday and then come here and do it on Sunday and get it over with.
Mhm.
Okay. We'll have a
And,
busy weekend.
But it'll be, gosh, I forgot when our last tournament. It won't be long after our last tournament. Now our Bassmaster, we have to be through before November 15th, I think it is, for Bassmaster to have all the stuff into them.
Okay.
And the way that championship works is we can take 1 boat for every 25 that register throughout the year to the Bassmaster Championship. If you go and you win that tournament, it's going to be on you follow this year. You go to the Bassmaster Classic.
Okay.
Free entry to the Classic. And this trail right here, right now, I think we can take 5. We're hoping to take 6 or 7 before it's over with.
Okay.
But right now we're sitting, I think, 5 spots in it.
Mm.
Our Alabama trail, I think we're looking at 3 or 4 going from Alabama. Then if we do the same in the fall, we'll have pretty good showing
Mhm.
down at that championship. And there's $500 entry fee to that one. We pay half of that for you.
Okay.
We didn't last year. Not many people do.
Mhm.
There's some of the big trails, they'll pay your entry fee to that.
Mhm.
But they also charge about almost $300 tournament fee.
Right.
And man, I hope y'all can make it to that one.
Yeah.
And I hope you do good there. But I know you're gonna make it in ours. I think I looked at it and I think y'all were sitting in 2nd place right now. But don't hold me to that.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm sure I know you'll be in top 10.
So
As long as you show up to the next two. But we really appreciate y'all fishing it.
Thank you.
We
If
appreciate
y'all,
you
if
taking
y'all
the time.
finish first in points, you'll get your fall tournaments paid for.
Okay.
And that's what Jason Burrows this year. He was our team of the year last year,
Mhm.
and and then you get the option of first boat or last boat.
Okay.
And so if you want a good early bite,
Right.
that's why I don't know if y'all notice at blast off sometimes we'll call Jason out
That's
first,
what he wants.
and sometimes he's not. But
Mhm.
that's the
And
deal
you
with that.
choose for each tournament.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good idea right there.
Yeah. And you get a plaque
Okay.
each. Not like the checks. You get one each.
Cool check. There you
But what's your game plan for this next tournament? You gonna do pretty much what you done this last one, or?
I'll
I
probably
think,
have to do a little bit more,
Yeah.
a little less sight fishing.
A little more herring fishing, I would think.
Yeah.
That and maybe the bluegills will show up on the beds.
That's
so
right.
That'll be another factor.
Yeah. Well, I'm looking for a good turnout, good tournament.
Mhm.
I know we've got this last one. We had a boat come from Virginia. We've had them from Tennessee, Florida, Alabama, of course Georgia, and South Carolina, and North Carolina. So we've had good turnout so far this year.
You have.
The problem is, we will have just about every tournament. We'll have 20 new teams. We'll have 20 of our old teams that don't show up. You know, if we could get everybody there at one
and the new
time,
ones.
yeah,
Right.
we would
Have
have
a
a big turnout, and hopefully we will. Hopefully we will. But were y'all on any topwater bite at all?
We've got a few spots where we know
Yeah.
time in and time out they're going to be there this time of year, but nothing what we would consider quality fish.
Right.
Just the
Get your limit early. It gives you a little bit of confidence. You
Yeah,
know,
that's right.
makes things a little easier as the day goes on.
Get 5 in the box.
We knew if you were going to have a chance to win or finish in the top 3, you were going to probably have to cull those fish sometime throughout the day.
Yeah.
and that was our biggest problem at 9:30. We had that weight and we didn't cull the rest of the day.
Yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah.
The first 2 fish we caught were 5-pounders, but unfortunately they were hybrids.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I think we had a lot of that going
Yeah.
on. A lot of people said they caught some big old stripers that day in hybrids.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But, and I look for that this next one too.
Yeah.
It's that time.
It is.
But you know, fish care is a big thing.
Yep.
The 5 Alive that we use, I make the live well treatment called 5 Alive, and it's kind of like G-Juice. It's just a liquid treatment, and luckily we hadn't had many dead fish this year.
That's good for our sport.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we've had maybe 3 on Hartwell all year.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was the first tournament. It was just hooked real deep. And,
Right.
And when they came up the scale, they said this fish been dead most of the day. You
Yeah.
know?
That's usually after May. We put the rods down anyway. I don't care for the heat.
Yeah, that's right. That's
So-
right. Well, we got one in June.
I know. I know.
We'll be there.
But I appreciate y'all taking care of the fish and doing everything you do for the sport. I've been to a few tournaments where you go at the end and they're floating everywhere.
I tell you.
know?
Yeah.
And we had one last year that we lost way too many fish. And
Yeah.
it hurts. It hurts everybody.
Yep.
But anything y'all want to add?
I would just appreciate the time you put into the trail and put on a good tournament. We enjoy fishing with you.
Thank you very much. Thanks. It's we got Sean and Mary Riley helping us. Of course, my wife. You know, if it wasn't for them, it couldn't
No.
happen. There's
That's
no
right.
way.
That's exactly right.
Maybe for next event, a good idea might be announced before the weigh-in. If we got any that don't make it, we'll have a cooler up there for anybody to have a fish fry.
We had
So-
thought about that. We actually had a lady come to one of the weigh-ins, but it was the second tournament, wanting dead fish. And I told her, I said, well, I don't think we're going to have very many.
I just
And-
hate seeing
and
them
we
go to
didn't.
waste.
Yeah,
so.
that's right. That's right. But that's a good idea, and we'll probably do that. And, all right. Well, y'all tune in next time. As always, I make this promise, and it hadn't happened yet. We're going to get with Neil Paul. I worked with him all week last week at the Bass Nation tournament, and he knows we're trying to get up with him, but it just hadn't happened. But it will, I promise.